Well, in case you haven't heard us repeat it over and over about 100 times over the past couple of weeks, the holiday season is here. And while the idea of snuggling around a nice warm fireplace might sound nice, are you sure your chimney is safe? Don't turn away, because James Anderson is the president of Approved Home Improvements, and he's here to tell us about what we need to do before we light that chimney. We hope we don't light the chimney. We will light the fire, but not the chimney. That's the whole idea. But how do we know if it's safe?
I mean, the ideal situation is you've had somebody come out and inspect it, clean it, and inspect it with a camera. There's a couple simple things you can do to know whether it's safe or not. Your chimney should have a chimney cover on it, and that's not just to keep the rain out. There's a spark arrestor built into that, so in the event that you would have an occurrence, it's designed to collect the creosote in that so it don't spread to the dwelling.
And it keeps the critters out, hopefully.
And I mean, in this time of year, as it gets colder, you know, that's another thing. During the summer, you may not have issues, but when they're looking for a warm place to live, your damper's leaking warm air, they'll climb inside there.
Which is why I've always wanted to ask you, we talk about gas fireplaces, and people are like, I don't have to worry about it. I got a gas fireplace. I'm not burning any fuel. But critters can get in there, and there can be damage from weather getting in there as well. So even if it's a gas fireplace, you need to have the chimney inspected occasionally.
Right. So, I mean, ideally, you should have that inspected every year, too. And the reason being, like you said, it's not just because you have creosote. That's not a major concern with a gas log kit. But let's say you have a full masonry fireplace that you just altered and put a gas log kit in. There's some things that have to be on with that, and a lot of people don't. There has to be a clamp on your damper that makes it stay open at all times, so carbon dioxide has to get out with the pilot running, and there needs to be a cover on it, and mainly for the animal issue, because if an animal climbs in there and plugs that flue up, I mean, you got issues.
We talk about the chimneys a lot on the program and all the other work that you do, but one of the things that James and I were talking about during the commercial break was repeat customers. To me, if you're a business owner and you have a lot of repeat customers, that's saying something about the integrity of your business. You're making people happy, you're satisfied customers.
Yeah, we have I mean, as every year goes by, obviously our repeat customers grow and grow. And we have a lot of people that call us for one thing, and they'll call us and ask us if we do something else when they have it come up before they'll call somebody else to get the services
As provided. A homeowner, if I find somebody who gives me my money's worth, I'm like, oh, I'm hanging on to that company, because there's not a lot of them out there. As you know, we've got some pictures here that we can show people. I think that maybe some of the damage that's
so
done.
That's after you've had a flue fire. The flue is not maintained to have a fire burn, and it's just supposed to be designed for hot gases. And when you have creosote build up and it ignites into the flue, this is why we try to avoid that, because it will not contain it.
All right, and that's something that you can repair. And there's the cap that you were talking about.
Yeah, it got hot and got so hot that it melted the cover down. Even from the ground, the average homeowner wouldn't know they've had a fire. They would think that got bent somehow. But when you open it up, that's what's inside. That's why it's so important to never have a fire, because once it occurs, I mean, smoke, even if it doesn't spread to your house, you're going to have a lot of smoke damage in the home, and it's hard to get the odor out of your house from the smoke.
And it's going to be a lot more reasonable than you think, and he's going to turn this phone call, when you make that phone call, he's going to turn it around like that. He's servicing clients that called, what, a few days ago, right?
We get all our repairs, once they're authorized, are completed within 10 days. So there's no months of a waiting list. So you get it service turned around pretty quick.
All right, James and his crews are offering 30% off all internal chimney repairs completed by Christmas. So call Approved Home Improvements to get your fireplace and chimney back in tip-top shape. Do it today. Here's the number, 314-780-6080. 314-780-6080. Hurry up and get your damper clamped.